Hey guys, Bennett here, and for this video we're going to do something that I have yet to do, but I've seen other people on YouTube do it, so I'm going to do it as well. We are going to go through my DVD collection, so you can harshly judge me on my movie choices. Yeah, as you can see, we have a lot of movies here, so let's just go through some of the ones I have. Okay, so first up, we have the Captain America trilogy, First Avenger, Winter Soldier, and Civil War. I really like this trilogy. The first one, it's pretty decent, could have been better, but not a bad start. Winter Soldier, phenomenal. Like one of the best MCU films yet. And Civil War, oh my goodness! It is Avengers level, so two of the best MCU films right here. So yeah, that's the Captain America trilogy. Let's see. We also have the Thor trilogy. The first one, I thought it was okay. I mean, kind of forgettable in my opinion. Dark World, talk about forgettable. My God, I wish that movie either did not exist or just, yeah, let's go with that. Didn't exist. I do not like this movie. But Ragnarok, though, oh my God, Ragnarok is so good. Love and Thunder. I have mixed feelings about it, but it's part of the MCU, so I guess I gotta add it to the collection. So, I'm kind of jumping around here, but we gotta talk about the Iron Man trilogy. The first one, it was the first one that started all. It is so good. It still holds up. Iron Man 2 made some odd choices, which I don't really like. So, yeah. Iron Man 3 was just a misfire. Like, the Mandarin twist, and it feels like a finale. It feels like a finale to a continuing story. Like, they tried to end Iron Man's story way too early, and it just did not turn out as good as I think they would hope. But anyway, we have Gremlins, a great scary movie to watch during the holidays. I love Gremlins. Big fan of that movie. Krampus. Now, I kind of like Krampus. I like the idea of Krampus, of this evil Santa, and the movie I thought was pretty enjoyable. I mean, I kind of liked it. Not the best, but not the worst. Of course, we have some legends in the house: Jurassic Park and Jaws. Mr. Spielberg. I mean, great films. Do I need to say anything else? I mean, they are just great films. Beetlejuice, haven't seen it. Great Michael Keaton performance. This is my third favorite Keaton performance. First one being Batman, then Vulture, then Beetlejuice. So, move those back there. And we have It Chapter 1 and 2. I really loved the first one. I thought it was a great new take of a classic story, and I do enjoy the 90s film as well. I just don't have it, apparently. I thought I did, but I guess I must have got rid of it. Chapter 2, I bought it, still haven't seen it. I heard it was not as good, but I gotta get around to seeing it. Maybe when October comes, I'll watch it. Brightburn. I can never get enough of evil Superman. Like, Brightburn, Homelander, or just Injustice, or Red Sun, or other dark Superman. I just love those kind of stories, Got me crazy. Can you tell I'm a Batman fan? I like seeing Superman evil. Ma. Now, this looked interesting. A middle-aged woman luring teenagers in with beer and parties, drugging them and harming them. I have yet to see it, but like I said with It Chapter 2, I might wait until October to watch this, because spooky season is coming, and I want to watch spooky movies. Here I have Freaky. Now, Freaky Friday, which is in here somewhere. Freaky Friday is one of my personal favorite movies, and turned that concept into a horror movie. Genius. Okay? Genius. And the movie's pretty funny. And being a entertainer and actor, making a character feel alive, like a realistic person, is challenging enough. But trying to convince the audience that not only you're one character, but you're also a secondary character that someone else is portraying, that is a acting challenge that I just love. I love movies like that. Freaky Friday, where people have to pretend to be another character that's already established. I love stories like that. Halloween Kills. I got a funny story for this. I went to go see Halloween Kills when it came out, and during the showing, a woman gets a phone call, answers the phone, and continues to be on the phone call while Michael Myers is slicing and dicing. Then at the end of the phone call, she gets up and leaves. It wasn't like an emergency call, like, hey, the kid ran out the cage and the police can't find him or whatever. I don't know. It was like, hey girl, how you doing? No, I'm not doing nothing. No? Okay, cool, go. It lasted for a while. Then she just hanged up, watched the movie for a bit, then walked out. The fuck was that? I don't know. I just thought that was kind of weird. Ready or Not, a great horror film. If you haven't seen it, please do. I'm not going to tell you what happens, but you would not want to get married after watching that movie. I tell you that much. Us. Yo. I thought this movie was going to be scary, but after the house got off the ground with the balloons, it's actually not that bad. So, no, this is actually a pretty good horror movie. The Invisible Man. So, I love The Invisible Man, the classic Invisible Man. And this was a great modern take of one of the famous Universal monsters. And I just like the power of invisibility. I like people not being able to see me. And so I can torture them. I'm crazy. Split! Talk about crazy. Oh my god. One of James McAvoy's greatest performances. And I would say performances, I mean that plural. Like, he has like 27 different performances in this one movie. He's so good. Upgrade. This is the Venom movie that we should have gotten. Yeah, it's so good. We have Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day to You. Just like it was made by the same guy who did Freaky, taking a classic story and giving it a horror makeover. This has time looping like Groundhog's Day, and I think it turned out pretty well. I like the first one more than the second. The second one, it didn't need to exist, but I like some stuff in it. You know, it was cool. Here we have both Screams, the original and new. You know, the original, I saw all Scream movies just before watching this one in theaters. So I had a little Scream marathon. And I really liked them. And this one, I enjoyed it. You know, I'm excited for the next one. But let me tell you something. I saw all the Scream movies back to back. And at the time, I was working nights. I was cleaning buildings by myself, alone, after midnight. And embarrassing enough, I thought I saw like Ghostface standing outside a building. And it took me a little too long to realize it was just my pasty white face from the window reflection. That was embarrassing. Knives Out. Yo, great murder mystery. The killer is obvious, but but there's more to a murder mystery than who did it. There's why, how, and why was it him and no one else. So I'm really excited for the sequel. Let's see what else we have. Ooh, talk about murder mysteries. Clue. Who would have known that a movie about a board game would be this fun? Tim Curry. Tim Curry is the key. And even if a movie's bad, Tim Curry could save it. We have several Scooby-Doo films, and we have others when we get to it. We have Abracadabra-Doo, which I really enjoy. Witch's Ghost, again, Tim Curry. Phenomenal. We have a 2-pack, Alien Invaders and Zombie Island. Zombie Island is probably the best Scooby-Doo movie to date. And if you've by any chance seen Return to Zombie Island, I forgive you for your sins against humanity. The sequel was not good. It didn't need to exist. Just, ugh, I hate it. And here we have two movies that I feel are very similar. Die Hard and Lethal Weapon. Both are action buddy cop films during the holidays. So they're very similar, and I really enjoy these. I actually I did not grow up watching these. I saw these after I Die Hard. I think I was 18 when I saw this, and Lethal Weapon. I think I was either 19 or 20 when I first saw this. And I can't believe my parents kept these masterpieces away from me growing up. These are so good movies. Remember those buddy cop films? Well, here's another one. Hitman's Bodyguard, Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. Two great actors doing their best. I have the sequel here somewhere. I kind of, they're fine. Not terrible, not the best, but enjoyable enough. Now, I'm going to get some serious judgment here. The Happy Time Murders. It's a buddy cop movie. It's an R-rated buddy cop movie with Muppets. And Jim Henson's son he made this. And I think Henson would not be too pleased after what his son did. Wow. If I could if I could give you a short review. After the Happy Time Murders, you would never look at a can of Silly String the same way again. Just, oh my god. We actually have several cop movies. We have Central Intelligence with The Rock and Kevin Hart, very funny. National Security with Martin Lawrence. I really enjoy this. If you haven't seen it, I think it holds up. Let me tell you something. That movie is the very definition of police brutality and Black Lives Matter. Yeah. And here we have other movies that are very similar. Big Mama's House and White Chicks. I don't know why I enjoy watching black men in dresses. I just think that's that's my type of comedy. And I show these movies to my friends who are transgender and non-binary, and I ask them, are you sure these movies don't offend you? Because I can see how they would. They're like, and every time they're like, nah bro, those movies are funny as hell. It's like, well, okay then. If they're giving me okay, then alright. And I'm also a big stand-up guy. We have the amazing Jonathan. He recently passed away this year. So he's a magician comedian, and he's just very, very funny. He's on Comedy Central. I think this one is on Paramount. If you interested in looking him up, trust me, you want to. Go look up some of his specials on YouTube. You would not regret it. And speaking of a funny guy, we have a Gabriel Iglesias Fluffy collection. We have all 3 seasons of Stand Up Revolution. We have a few of his specials. We have the Fluffy Movie, Aloha Fluffy, and I'm Not Fat, I'm Fluffy. And a very funny dude. I do not, the only one I don't have is Hot and Fluffy, which is the first special I saw. I think it's still on Netflix, I'm not quite sure. And I saw him live during his All Size Fits All special, and he was phenomenal, guys. If you think he's funny on TV, he's even better in person. Remember when I said y'all would judge me for some of my movie choices? Well, I have, which I think is the complete Tyler Perry Madea collection. Like, we have a Family Funeral, the animated Madea Tough Love. Madea Boo Halloween and Boo 2. Madea's Christmas. Witness Protection. We have a Family Reunion and Diary of a Mad Black Woman. But those are just the movies. There's even plays. Like, here we have Neighbors from Hell. The Goes to Jail movie with the Big Happy Family play. Mad Black Woman play. Madea Gets a Job. The Madea Christmas play. Goes to Jail play. Aunt Bam's Place. Madea on the Run. We have a 4-pack of Class Reunion, Family Reunion, Meet the Browns, and I Can Do Bad All By Myself. We also have the Haves and Have-Nots, which is my personal favorite. I Don't Want to Do No Wrong, and What's Done in the Dark, another one of my favorites out of the plays. So, oh, I can feel the judgment. Oh, so, yeah, I do enjoy the Madea character. I think she's very funny and very wise. And I have actually met people who are exactly like Madea. Crazy, law-breaking, but very nurturing. Like, she's the grandmother that everyone wants. And there's the Madea Homecoming, which is a Netflix exclusive. I don't think I'll get a DVD out of that. Because I don't think it'll be available. But there's also Madea's Farewell. So much for the farewell, right? She came right back. And I did see that live. That was very good live. And I think they recorded it for a streaming service. I don't remember which one. It's not on like Netflix or Hulu. It's like for a lesser known one. But I don't think they would release it on DVD or anything. But if they do, that and Homecoming, I would get it. I gotta complete the collection, you know? Here we have The Incredible Hulk, very underrated film. I like Hulk, when the Hulk's on screen, I like it, but when it's everyone else, no. And before Disney bought Marvel, they had a few animated films. We have Planet Hulk and Hulk Versus, where he fights Thor and Wolverine in 2 individual films. And they are so good. And we have one of the legendary animated series, The Spectacular Spider-Man. Now, when I ordered this online, it came delivered with this broken bottom. Like, oh my god, they did not take care of it at all. I don't know how, if someone just threw it in the truck, because the delivery person, I met them outside and they gave me my package, so I don't know, I guess it fell down in the truck or whatever, but hey, all the DVDs work, so I guess that's fine. I mean, I don't care if the box is broken, as long as the DVDs work, I'm cool. Let's see, another complete legendary animated series, Teen Titans, Justice League, and Batman Beyond. Like, so, like, masterpieces, okay? We have the Deadpool films 1 and 2. The 2 is the Super Duper cut. I actually have not seen these out of the DVDs. Like, I've seen them in theaters, and I've seen them on regular DVD, but I guess the Blu-rays have other stuff to them, but I just haven't watched them. You're Next, a great home invasion film with it has a great final girl in that movie. It follows, this movie will make you afraid to have sex. Like, yeah. Nobody. Like, this is like a John Wick spin-off without John Wick. You know what I'm saying? It was made by the same guy. It has a similar story. And I liked John Wick films. I guess I don't have them. I think I got rid of them. I want them back. At least the first one. I really like the first one. The other 2 were okay. But, like I said, nobody's really good. Oh, here it is. The Hitman's wife's bodyguard. Uh, Yo, this one took some turns, man. Oh my goodness. Ooh, we have more Scooby-Doo films. I'm trying to get them all. We have a Camp Scare. This is like the second or third best Scooby-Doo film. Got Zombie Island, Witch's Ghost, Camp Scare, then like Phantom Sore, and Abracadabra-Doo. Those are my top 5. Cyber Chase, really good. And Cyber Chase, here's my complaint about Cyber Chase. I thought we were going to go through the 10 levels of the Scooby-Doo video game, and we would face 10 monsters past. You know what I'm talking about? Like, first level, we got to battle the Black Knight. Second level, the Ghost Clown. Third, the Phantom Shadows. No, just like aliens, dinosaurs, a giant grasshopper. I mean, yeah, they had 5 classic villains at the end, but I wanted to see them all throughout the levels, then they come together at the end. But I don't know, that was just me. Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters Afterlife. The first one is a classic. Second one, I really enjoyed. I felt like they could have brought the original cast a little bit sooner, but I think they wanted to focus on the newer cast, which is I get it. I mean, the second cast, I think they did a decent job. Don't Breathe, yo, my God, what a movie. I know there's a sequel. I will never watch that sequel because the old man in this movie, you do not want to see him after this movie. Like, no. We have the Quiet Place films. I think these are the only movies that I've seen that start with the letter Q. Not a lot of movies that begin with the letter Q. But the first one's really good. The second one, not as good, but I'm looking forward to the part 3, if they ever make a part 3. Halloween 2018. Now, for preparation of this, I did watch the classic Halloween, and I enjoyed it. You know, I thought it was a little bit slow, but I think that's what they were going for. And this one, I thought it delivered, unlike Halloween Kills, but yeah, Halloween Ends. Hopefully it's good. Blues Brothers. Yo, this is a good movie, y'all. Good movie. Especially the end. The end. That is the second best ending. The first one being Endgame. But that ending, though, is great. Space Jam New Legacy. So, growing up, of course, I saw the original Space Jam. I didn't really like it. I thought the Looney Tunes weren't as funny as I'm used to, and it's about sports. But New Legacy, my God, I love New Legacy. I know it's bad. That don't mean I can't like it. Look, out of the movies I just showed you, a lot of them are bad, but I still enjoy them. So, Free Guy, Ryan Reynolds as a PG-13 Deadpool. That's basically what it is. Something for Ryan to do until Deadpool 3 gets made. But I enjoyed it. Bumblebee, the only Transformers movie that I own or will ever own. It's the only good one. Let's see. Crawl. Yo. So, like, crocodiles. I love that animal, but I'm also afraid of it. And this involves, like, a crocodile getting into a house and trying to eat up a family. If you thought Jaws was scary, watch Crawl. And, the only thing scarier than that gator is the CGI that made it. The CGI was not good. Godzilla vs. Kong. Yo, a legendary battle. I'm a big King Kong fan. Godzilla, I respect him, but I'm so mad that Kong lost. I lost money on that battle. Harry Potter. Yo, Harry Potter. I can't believe I grew up not watching these. These are great films, especially Prisoner of Azkaban. When I was young, around the time that Prisoner of Azkaban was coming out, I saw like a little clip on TV with the Dementors, and I quickly changed the channel because it kind of scared me a little bit. But if If I could go back in time, I would tell my little self, don't worry, that's going to be one of your favorite movies someday. I don't think he would have believed me. But yeah, the Potter films, I do not have the Fantastic Beasts films because why would I? They're just not good. And Secrets of Dumbledore, that's never going to be in this collection, man, for personal reasons. And then, of course, you know I gotta have the Friends collection on Blu-ray. So I'm a big Friends fan, and me and my mom are recently rewatching Friends from beginning to end because even though she has seen episodes with me, she has not seen them from beginning to end. And we are almost ready to begin season 3. We're almost done with season 2. And between seasons 1 and 2, there's a lot of episodes that she did not see. And watching someone's first reactions to these episodes, it is great, man. All the twists and turns. And I know there's some episodes of Friends that did not age well, but it's still a good series. I think so. Internals, one of Marvel's worst. So when I saw that, I thought it was okay. These are some pretty decent stuff, but after I left the theater, I could not remember a single thing that happened. And this would have been better as a series, would it not? Like Marvel's Game of Thrones, I think it would have been way better as a series, given time for each character to shine. Shang-Chi, what an amazing film! I love it. I can't believe it hasn't been made earlier. Multiverse of Madness. Say what you will about this film, but it's way better than the original Doctor Strange, I tell you that much. But I do agree that it kind of rushed itself a little bit, and America Chavez, why is she here? Like, seriously, both Strange and Wanda can travel through other dimensions. They've showed it in this movie. But no, they need America's powers to go through other dimensions. I don't know. They weren't really thinking. But I do agree with America's number one tip when traveling through other dimensions. First thing you gotta do is find food. I respect that. Black Widow, long overdue, but didn't really pay off, I feel like. I mean, Yelena, I love Yelena. She's great, but I feel like they should have made a Black Widow movie before Iron Man 2. You know, introduce Black Widow, show her being abducted by the Red Room, have Hawkeye come in, Turner, like, help her fight the Red Room and join S.H.I.E.L.D. That would have been a great movie. But, you know, better late than never, I suppose. And I really love how they made the Blu-ray red. It really stands out in the movie collection. I think they did the same thing with Cruella, having a red case, and I think that was a great idea. Avengers Endgame, my goodness, what a great conclusion. Let me tell you something. The first 2 acts, it's kind of hit and miss for me. Like, dabbing, Fortnite, you could have easily cut that out. But I can easily forgive it after the entire 3rd act. Cap holding Mjolnir, all those Avengers showing through the portals, I am Iron Man snap. Oh my god, it was amazing. And I don't usually react to films when Cap grabbed Mjolnir and yelled Avengers Assemble, I was like, wow, yeah. A woman in front of me got mad. She's like, what the hell? I'm sorry. I'm so excited. But No Way Home, another great film. Another film that made me reaction, seeing Andrew and Toby back again, seeing all those villains back again. Just, oh, so great. I love being a Marvel fan in this day of age. It's so great. Far From Home. I actually really like Far From Home. I think it gets a lot of unnecessary hate. The one thing I don't like Far From Home is that they completely backtrack with multiverses. Like, yay, Mysterio's from a multiverse. No, he's not. Like, psych. Then, No Way Home. Oh, yeah, multiverse. Yeah, it's totally real. Dude! What the hell? You could have just said Mysterio is from another universe and he killed his version of Spider-Man. And you could have brought him back for No Way Home. But, what do I know? I'm just a Spider-Man fan. Wonder Woman, 84, and the OG Wonder Woman. This is obviously the superior film. I don't know where they went wrong with this film. I don't know. I thought it was slow, boring, and I just did not like it. Man of Steel, I don't really care for Man of Steel or Superman, the character. I mean, here's the thing. If I cannot, like, it doesn't matter if I like the character or not. If it's a good movie, it's a good movie. I'm not a big Superman fan, but the very first Superman movie, I like. Man of Steel, I do not. I thought it was boring, slow, a little depressing, and you have superpowers, man. Why are you so upset? But whatever. Regina Superman, connected to the DC animated universe, and this movie is mostly about Lois Lane. I feel like Lois Lane and these 4 different Supermen, because they trapped the Justice League in like an alternate dimension or whatever, and Superman's dead. Spoilers. But anyway, I thought it was, I don't know how I feel about it. The Suicide Squad films, first one, forget that ever existed. Just focus on this one. Like, someone even told me that they hate superhero movies because the only one they saw was this one. They could have watched this one. Like, this is so much better. It was made by James Gunn. It has Idris Elba, John Cena, and other characters. Like, it is so good. Ratcatcher 2, one of my personal favorite characters. I love her to death. She has so much heart to her. Polka Dot Man, hysterical. And this was the movie that made me like, okay, Harley Quinn, not that bad of a character. I'm not a big Harley Quinn fan, but this movie I didn't mind her. Shazam, I really love this movie, man. I adore this movie so much. I can't wait for Fury of the Gods. Snyder Cut, way better than the theater release, Justice League. Not a big Zack Snyder fan, but this movie was pretty decent. It could have way been shorter, like 4 hours, seriously. You could have easily cut out some stuff, but, you know, for what it is, it's not a bad movie. You just have to sit through a lot of fluff. Justice League Dark, Apocalypse War. Yo, this made Endgame look like a kid's birthday party. Like, this was a massacre. Goodness gracious, seeing your favorite characters being slaughtered one by one, it was traumatizing. But in a good way. Justice League vs. Teen Titans, another great film. I really enjoy it. Justice League vs. the Fatal Five, bringing back the original cast of the Justice League animated series, great call. And using the original animation, even better. Batman v Superman, the Ultimate Edition, I don't care if how much deleted scenes you put in this. I still won't say it's a good movie. If you want to see a good Batman v Superman movie, watch the 2-part episode from the Superman animated series, World's Finest, where Batman and Superman meet each other and they fight Joker and Lex Luthor. That was a better film than what BVS was. BVS minus V equals BS. The Batman, good movie. I understood some of the choices they made. I personally would not have chosen them. Like, I understand why they made Bruce more addicted to being Batman. That's what he wants to be. That's what he has to be. But I would have made a more balanced performance between Batman and Bruce Wayne. And the relationship between Bruce and Alfred, it's not there. They completely wasted Andy Serkis. You don't waste talent like that. But not just me. Green Lantern, Beware My Power. Making a movie about Jon Stewart, excellent call. But I don't know. This movie just did not click with me. I don't know why it's so hard to make movies about Green Lantern. The shows do it just fine. Like Jon Stewart from the Justice League animated series, he's great in that. But he just, I don't know. I don't know, guys. I just don't see that many good Green Lantern movies. The Long Halloween Part 1 and 2, a lot of people like these films. I felt like I don't think they were as good as I was hoping to be, honestly. It's the origin story to Two-Face. So they just didn't do it as I was hoping to do it. The only thing I agree on is that they made a two-parter. Just Two-Face. Batman Hush, again, a great Batman story, but the movie just not as good as I wanted it to be. I was hoping for something better, but I don't know. At least I still have the comics. Yo, Death in the Family. So, if you heard about this, this is an interactive movie. You control the endings, and that's true, but only on the Blu-ray. If you watch it on streaming or digital DVD, you can't, which I think is weird. Like, why advertise that it's a interactive movie and only make it available on one version of the film? It's like, I don't know. I guess that's their way of making sure you buy the Blu-ray. Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I can talk about this movie forever. What a great movie. Fan fiction at its finest. If I was going to make a movie, it would be like this. Bringing Batman and Turtles together. Talk about one of the great movies of all time. The Dark Knight trilogy. Batman Begins. Similar to a First Avenger. A good origin film. Dark Knight. Just like Winter Soldier. Phenomenal movie. But unlike Civil War, Dark Knight Rises completely missed the mark. I do not like Dark Knight Rises. The Batman animated series. Legendary. Just legendary. Like, I don't have to say anything else, but it's legendary. Great series. Now this is my pride and joy. The 80th anniversary 18-film Batman collection. Let's see what kind of films are in here. We have Gotham Knight, Year One, Under the Red Hood, Bad Blood, Batman vs. Robin, Son of Batman, Dark Knight Rises Part 1 and 2, Assault on Arkham, The Killing Joke, Batman and Harley Quinn, Gotham by Gaslight, Batman Ninja, Return of the Caped Crusaders, Mask of the Phantasm, Mystery of the Batwoman, Superman v Batman Public Enemies, and Superman/Batman Apocalypse. Now, there's a lot of good movies in here and a lot of not so good movies. But here's my biggest gripe. A few years ago, for Superman's 80th anniversary, they added the same Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, and Apocalypse. Why have that in the Superman and Batman collections? Like, there are so many other Batman movies you could have added to this. Like, Return of the Joker, Sub-Zero, Batman vs. Dracula. But no, you gotta repeat two other movies that are on another collection. If I buy both collections, I'll be getting 2 copies of 2 different movies. Like, I don't understand what they were doing. Infinity War, Age of Ultron, and the Avengers. I didn't put these up when I had Endgame in my hand, but yeah, Avengers, yo, what a great way to set up a universe. Infinity War, a great film. Age of Ultron, that's like, Age of Ultron is like the one child that didn't graduate college. You know what I'm saying? Like the one disappointment. I mean, the others are great, just that one. Like I said, Marvel used to make some animated films. This is Heroes of Tomorrow, The Next Avengers, where the Avengers have children. Like Captain America and Black Widow, they have a son. Thor has a daughter. Hawkeye has a son. Ant-Man and Wasp has a son. Black Panther, and I believe Storm. If you watch this movie, you know why I'm guessing Storm has a son. They fight the robotic versions of their parents because Ultron is back again. This is a better Age of Ultron movie than Age of Ultron. Weekend at Bernie's, hysterical film. If you haven't seen it, please check it out. It's a good old 80s film. Now here's the thing. This is why I still buy DVDs. Not all streaming services has movies that I like. I wanted to watch Weekend at Bernie's. None of the streaming services had it. So I bought it on DVD, and the day I bought it, it's on Hulu. The same thing happened with Ghostbusters. But, you know what? I'm keeping the DVD. Because you don't know when that streaming service is going to let go of that movie. And look at what HBO is doing. Like, it got rid of, what, 100 of its original projects, especially DC animation. It's like, or Cartoon Network stuff. So, yeah, I'm sticking with DVDs. I want to make sure I have the movies and shows that I enjoy. Ready Player One, a great nostalgic trip, but not the best story. But, you know, I enjoy it. Rugrats in Paris, I love the Rugrats, and the first 2 Rugrats films are great. That third one, though, not so much. Iron Giant, I adore this little movie, and I love it so much. I didn't grow up with it, but I saw it as an adult, but I think it's really adorable. Mitchell's vs. the Machine, this debuted on Netflix a while back, and I think it's a phenomenal film. I want there to be a sequel, but how can you make a sequel out of a movie that's perfectly rounded? Like, it ended just right. Like, it's so good. I wish there was more of it, but I don't want it to be ruined by adding on sequels, but I don't know. Speaking of adding on sequels, we have Sing and Sing 2. Hey, as a theater kid, I really relate to these movies. Like, this is some of the stuff that I have to go through or I fear during performances and the industry. So now we have a guilty pleasure of mine. We have Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Hey, judge me all you want. This is a very funny film. Dora gets high and she has hallucinations. And I love it. I grew up watching the cartoon. As I got older, I made fun of the cartoon, but I really enjoyed this film, even though it's not the best. Oh, one of my favorite movies, Good Burger. A lot of people hate on this movie. How dare you? Because I was there when Kenan and Kel reunited on the Jimmy Fallon show, and World Peace was there for the first 24 hours. Like, I love this movie. And I really want there to be a sequel. And I think Kenan and Kel wants there to be a sequel as well. Hopefully we get it. So, back in the day of renter videos where you go to a place and rent a movie, I would go to Family Video and rent this as many times as I can. And you can blame my sister for getting me hooked on this film. So good. Here we have Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2. The best video game movie, in my opinion. I can't wait for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Yo, Shadow's going to be the best. Bad Guys. I saw the commercials for this, saw the trailers, and I thought it looked pretty good. And I was right. I thought it was pretty good. It was like a heist movie with animals. And as the world they made didn't make the whole lot sense. Like, you get like a humans and animals living side by side, so that's kind of weird. But the movie itself, I think it's really enjoyable. Spies in Disguise, the last movie of, I think it was Blue Sky Studios. Yeah, the last movie that Blue Sky made, and I really enjoyed it. This probably the last Will Smith movie that I saw, until he did his thing, and I don't feel comfortable watching his movies anymore. I mean, I still watch his older work, like Spies in Disguise, Men in Black. You know what? I don't think I have Men in Black in here. Oh, shoot. Man. The Kung Fu Panda trilogy. The first one is so good. I love it. The second one I love even more. The third one, it didn't hit me as much as the other two, but not a bad trilogy. How to Train Your Dragon. So, I saw the first one when it came out. I thought it was okay. I like dragons, but it didn't really connect with me. I didn't see How to Train Your Dragon 2 until years after. Then I finally sat down, then I bought this and watched it. I thought it was even better than the first one. And the third one's even better than the second one. It's like, I can't believe I robbed myself of these films. These are very good films. The Shrek franchise. I'm a big Shrek fan. Has the first one, the second one, which I think is a masterpiece. Shrek the Third, which is like a guilty pleasure of me. I know it's not the best, but I enjoy it. Shrek Forever After, completely underrated. No one talks about that enough. It also has the Puss in Boots film, which I don't really like. I even like the Shrek musical. Judge me all you want. I like it. It also has 10 different shorts. Let me see. Shrek in the Swamp Karaoke, Far Far Away Idol, Puss in Boots, The Three Diablos, The Ghost of the Lord of Farquaad, Scared Shrekless, Thriller Night, The Pig Who Cried Werewolf, Shrek the Holes, Donkeys, Caroling, Christmas-tacular, and the Shrek U Log. Even though that one's not an official short, it's something nice to put on for the holidays. And all these shorts that make me laugh. I love Shrek. Also has 5 episodes from the Puss in Boots series. And they're making a Puss in Boots reboot, which I personally feel like they should have just cashed in on Shrek. Named Where's Shrek 5? Then I saw that leak picture of Shrek where he's nice and smooth and clean. Like, he's an ogre. He's not supposed to be clean. But, whatever. Here we have my favorite Power Ranger season, Power Rangers Jungle Fury. Yo, RJ, the Purple Ranger, I love that character. Like, he's purple, I like purple. His spirit animal is a wolf, I like wolves. He does martial arts, which I'm a big fan of. And when he's not being a Power Ranger, he's working at a pizza parlor. I love pizza. So, yeah, RJ's my favorite. Next to Lily, the Yellow Ranger. Lily was actually my first superhero crush. So, yes. And I have a lot of strong feelings towards Yellow Rangers. So, yeah. 2017 Power Rangers. Yo, this movie turned out a lot better than it should have. I thought it was going to be as bad as the Michael Bay Turtles. But this one actually turned out pretty good. The costumes and the Zords could have used more work, but not a bad movie. It actually focused on the Rangers' personalities? What? And I was really upset when they canceled the sequel. I mean, I think it would have made a good sequel. Maybe not a third film, but a sequel at least. Here we have the first 4 Ninja Turtles, 1990, which is my personal favorite movie of all time. Secret of the Ooze, which isn't as good as the first one, but, you know, I enjoy it. Third one, complete train wreck. I hate the third one. 2007, I mean, it was okay. You know, I like the Leo and Raph fighting. I like the whole thing with the Night Watcher. But out of all the turtle stories, you had to make up your own with rock soldiers who survived for 3,000 years. I don't know, I thought it was weird. And here's a funny thing. They made the 25th anniversary collection where it has all these 4 films and the Batman crossover. They did not include the Michael Bay films for a reason, because who the hell wants to own those disasters? Like, no one. Here we have some episodes from the 2012 Ninja Turtles. We have the Wanted Bebop and Rocksteady, where it has the 80s Turtles meeting the 2012 Turtles. It also has a few other stuff, like I think some music videos. Here we have the Tales of the Ninja Turtles, the final chapters, where the Turtles meet Usagi Yojimbo, then they fight the Universal Monsters, and where they go through a mutant apocalypse. Yo, that is basically Logan with Ninja Turtles, and I really like that episode, even though it's not the finale I would have chosen, but it makes a nice what-if episode. Turtles Forever, I really enjoy this, the last of the 2003 Turtles, my childhood, meeting the 80s Turtles, but it always bothered me how the 80s Turtles, the original 80s Turtles, did not return for this. They just got newbies to voice the 80s Turtles. But that always disappointed me. But at least they came back for the 2012 series. Here we have the 5th season of the 2003 series, the Ninja Tribunal. It's kind of like Rise of the Ninja Turtles, where they get mystic weapons, but they fight a demon Shredder. This is the best season out of the series. I want the whole series, like the 2012 series. I want the whole series, but it's just hard to find the individual copies, and I don't think they have a complete Blu-ray release yet. But I do have the complete 80s Turtles, which is good. I mean, it's not my personal favorite. I mean, but it has some cool stuff. Like the Killer Pizzas was a good episode. The Rat King is a good character. But I do not like how they treated Leatherhead or Slash. I think the 2012 series did it a lot better. Yeah, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, a classic Christmas movie. Rise of the Guardians. My friend Autumn told me to watch this movie, and I will always thank her for that because this is a great movie. This is like the Avengers with holiday characters: Santa, Tooth Fairy, Easter Bunny, and it was so good. So thank you, Autumn, for suggesting that movie to me. A Charlie Brown Christmas, a very cute film. I'm not a big Charlie Brown guy, but the Christmas movie is cool. 2012, yo. How is it that the year 2020 alone is a lot more scarier than this movie? And this movie, the world ends, and we all thought 2020, we thought 2020 was the actual world ending, but anyway, Home Alone. I mean, is there anything else to say about this movie? Christmas classic, one of the best movies of all time, and I love Home Alone. Christmas Vacation, hysterical, man. I love Christmas Vacation. Here we have Elf, which is another Christmas classic, and don't judge me, but I also enjoy Fred Claus. Like, Santa has a secret brother who has to take over. I kind of like it. I have a little soft spot for it. I know it's not the best, but I enjoy it. Here we have How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the original and the Jim Carrey version. I think the Jim Carrey version is very funny. This one is obviously a classic. I will not be getting the Illumination version with Benedict Cumberbatch. Cumberbatch was a great choice for the Grinch, but he just did not deliver. I know he was working with what he had, but he just didn't work. Unaccompanied Minors, kids left at an airport on Christmas. I enjoy it, you know. It's a Wonderful Life, again, Christmas classic. I was actually in a school production for It's a Wonderful Life. I played Mr. Gower, the druggist, and that was the first show I did at my high school when I moved there. When I moved to Ohio. Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood. It's a movie about Mr. Rogers, where Tom Hanks plays Mr. Rogers. What a beautiful film. When I saw this, I was like, you know what? Life is good. It may not always be the best, but life is good. Then I was coming out of the theater, some jackass cut me off. I was like, you fucking prick! Ah! So, that lasted about 10 seconds. Back to the Future trilogy. Me and my family just got done watching the second one and loved it. The first one, great. We have yet to watch the third one. We will eventually. Don't spoil it for us. Another guilty pleasure, Baby's Day Out, where a rich baby tries to avoid the Three Stooges. Not the actual Three Stooges, but we might as well just call them that. I find it funny. You're starting to understand my sense of humor. You know, it's very easy to make me laugh. Ferris Bueller, I saw this movie for the first time a while back, and I thought it was very enjoyable. One of the only movies where I could say Matthew Broderick actually gave his all. Freaky Friday. This, to me, is one of the greatest films from my childhood. I love this movie. I know there was an original from like the 40s and Disney rebooted it, but this is the only Freaky Friday that I will accept, including Freaky Friday and the Freaky movie. Both of them I will only accept. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Oh my god! I know I said I like Multiverse of Madness, but this movie is so much better. I'll never watch it with my parents though, because that is not a movie you watch with your parents. The kind of movie you watch with your parents is Big Fat Liar. Another movie about the industry, which I really enjoy. Big. I really enjoy Tom Hanks, and I think he's good in that one. It's not my favorite role that he did. My favorite Tom Hanks role would be like Woody from Toy Story or Forrest Gump, but Big is pretty enjoyable. Here we have How to Eat Fried Worms. Now, this is a little nostalgic for me. I saw this in school, and I honestly haven't seen it since. I actually have not watched this since I was in elementary, honestly. If I could remember, a kid gets dared to eat worms, and that's what he does. Kids eat worms. I gotta watch that so I can tell you my thoughts about it, because I honestly don't remember what happened. I just remember kids eating worms. Hook, Robin Williams. I mean, even if the movie's not the best, Robin Williams will do his best to save it. Not that the hook needs to be saved. I'm just saying it's enjoyable. Greatest Showman. Judge me all you want, but Hugh Jackman was great. Zendaya was great, and I know it's complete BS about how the circus was made. Like, none of it is true, but as a fictional movie, I thought it was very enjoyable. Goonies. I did not grow up watching Goonies, but I finally found the time to put this on, and it actually has two Turtle veterans. It has Sean Astin, who was Raphael from the 2012 series, and Corey Feldman, who played Donatello in the 90s films, and Slash for the 2012 series. And this is a really good 80s movie. We're back to Tom Hanks, Forrest Gump. Yo, when I first saw this, I could not believe my eyes. It's like, oh my god. It's like, whoa. The Planet of the Apes trilogy. I really enjoy this trilogy. One of my favorite trilogies, right up there with Dark Knight and Captain America. You know, here we are again with Robin Williams, Miss Doubtfire. So even though I find this movie funny, it's a complete waste of time. Like, Robin Williams' character, all he had to do was wait a few months to get a job, find a home, and he'll see his kids again. But no, he had to dress up as a nanny because he couldn't be away from his kids that long. And let's be real, if any of our parents did this, like, just put on a full disguise and pretend to be our nanny just to get closer to us, that's a little weird. Funny, but weird. Here we have something nostalgic for me. A Disney movie that I'm sure a lot of you have never heard of, Max Keeble's Big Move. The character right here, Max Keeble, he's moving, but he gets bullied a lot by other students, teachers, and he's like, I have 1 week left, so let's just cause mayhem. Let's get revenge. Who cares? I'm going to be out of here in a week. And he does. I think it's a very good movie. And if you look here, do you recognize that kid? That's Josh Peck from Drake and Josh. Yeah. This was one of his first movies during his All That days. Not All That, Nickelodeon. I don't think he was on All That. He was on Drake and Josh, The Amanda Show. Yeah, I think just those during this time, which was like early 2000s or something. Yeah. Here we have a Kevin James 3-pack. We have Here Comes the Boom, where he's a boxer. Paul Blart Mall Cop, a great movie. And we have Zookeeper. And Kevin James is kind of hit and miss. You either love him or you don't, and I enjoy his work. So, we have the Jumanji films now. Welcome to the Jungle. It does contain the original Jumanji with Robin Williams. He keeps popping up in this movie collection. I love Robin Williams. What can I say? So, yeah, but I think I enjoyed Welcome to the Jungle a little bit more. Next Level, it's not my favorite, but they did set up a third film, which I don't know if they're gonna do or not, but I guess we'll see. Wizard of Oz, a classic movie. You have to have it in your collection, no questions asked. Another movie you gotta have in your collection is Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Don't get the Charlie one with Johnny Depp. No, this is the OG. This is the one you need. This is the one that everyone needs. So, my throat's starting to get sore. Here we have the Ant-Man movies. These are just pure joy. I really find them fun, and I don't understand why people don't like them. I mean, they're just fun. I mean, they don't have to be as big as the Avengers. He's Ant-Man. His whole thing is being small. But, whatever. Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2. I love the first one. The second one, every time I watch it, I like it less and less. Everything with Yondu is fun, but it's not balanced. Like, the first one, they balance tragedy and comedy. This one, they keep falling off. It's like, now we're super dark. Now we're super funny. It's like you gotta keep it balanced, like all things. Like Thanos would say. God, I'm starting to stutter over my words. Doctor Strange. I already told you my thoughts about it. Not as good as Multiverse of Madness. Doctor Strange even made me sick seeing all those visuals. Like, I kind of felt like being on a roller coaster. Made me dizzy. Captain Marvel. Not my favorite film, but it goes with the MCU, so I guess it has to go in my collection. Black Panther. Dude. Chadwick Boseman, man. I miss you. We miss you. Can't wait for Wakanda Forever. Here we have the original 4 Batman movies. 89 is very near and dear to my heart. I love that film. The others didn't need to exist. Especially Batman and Robin. You can just burn that. Here we have a 2-film special with Scooby-Doo and Batman teaming up. I love Batman. I love Scooby-Doo. So I love this. The Lego Batman movie. So when I saw this, I was very upset. I went to go to see the Lego Batman movie, and I had a blast. Like, it cheered me up. It made a lot of references to Batman's past, and I really enjoy it. Here we have Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, and Batman Beyond the movie. I say the movie because it's just the first episode, so I don't think you consider that as a movie, but anyway. You have Return of the Joker, one of my favorite Batman movies. Batman vs. Dracula, completely underrated. If you haven't seen it, please watch it. It connects to the Batman animated series. I don't think you have to watch the animated series to understand Batman vs. Dracula. Like, it's very disconnected from it, but I think you can watch it just fine. We have a few Justice League films like Flashpoint Paradox, which I really enjoy, Justice League War, and Throne of Atlantis. I can't believe Flashpoint is connected to this animated universe. Like, the animation's different, the voice cast is different. I know they're resetting the timeline, but the way that Flashpoint ended, he came back to his original timeline. Where he knew Batman, but in Justice League War, he's never met Batman. So why are these two connected? I don't know. Like, you could have easily made this its own thing. But no, people just want to complicate things, I guess. Justice League Gods and Monsters, an alternate version of the Justice League, where Superman is the son of General Zod. I forget his name, but Kurt Langstrom, who's better known as the Man-Bat, he becomes Batman, a vampire-like version of Batman, and we have a Wonder Woman-like character from New Genesis or Apocalypse, but basically it's an alternate version of the Justice League, which I really enjoy. It's a nice Elseworld story. Justice League Doom. This is proof that Batman can defeat any member of the Justice League. If you haven't seen it, please take a look at it. Crisis on Infinite Earths. Again, alternate version of the Justice League, fighting duplicates of themselves, doppelgangers. And I really enjoy this film. Aquaman. I really enjoy this movie. I mean, I know it's not the best, but I had fun. It's a movie about a guy who talks to fish. How serious can you get? We have all 4 Superman films. The original I really enjoyed. I couldn't get past 2. I did not like the second one. And I haven't even seen 3 and 4. I really don't want to because I hear they're very bad. But maybe someday I will. I'll torture myself. I mean, I saw Batman and Robin, so how bad the other four can be. Death of Superman, which will be me after I watch Quest for Peace. Like, the fourth Superman film. I'm gonna be dead. Someone's gonna make an animated movie about it. This movie's pretty good. Birds of Prey. I did not like this movie at all. It couldn't decide if it wanted to be a Birds of Prey movie or a Harley Quinn movie. Like, they had to pick one or the other. Either go full Harley Quinn or full Birds of Prey. I would have made something a little bit better. We have a few Teen Titans movies here. We have Teen Titans Trouble in Tokyo. Really good. Teen Titans Go to the Movies, which I do not like the series, but the movie was kind of fun. I'll admit that. And Teen Titans Go versus Teen Titans. The two shows finally battling it out. And I had a fun time watching it. The original is still better than Teen Titans Go. So, but at least they made a decent movie. New Mutants. I only bought this because it connects to the X-Men, which is oddly enough I don't have. So I used to have all the X-Men films in individuals, and I sold them all because I saw you can get them all on a Blu-ray collection, and I still haven't bought the Blu-ray collection. So I just have New Mutants, but at least I have Logan, one of my favorite movies of all time. I got Logan. Here we have the Venom films. Don't judge me, but these are guilty pleasures. I know they completely trash on the symbiote story, but they're fun. Like, if you don't take them seriously, they can be very enjoyable. And we have all 6 Spider-Man films, the original trilogy, Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2, and Homecoming. And yeah, this is a great collection. Last but not least, Into the Spider-Verse. Yo, this was pretty much a tease if No Way Home could actually work. You know what I'm saying? If people would actually respond well to multiple Universal Spider-Men. And it really succeeded. I feel like if this movie never happened, we would have never gotten No Way Home. That's just my guess. But I really enjoy this animated film. So, that was my DVD collection. What was your favorite movie out of this collection? Is there ones that I need to see, that I need to add? Like, I know I gotta add the X-Men films. Is there any other films that I need to add to my collection that I probably haven't seen yet? Like, I haven't seen any of the James Bond films. I haven't seen Indiana Jones, Star Trek. I haven't even seen Star Wars. Crazy enough. So, but don't suggest I'm never gonna watch Star Wars. Simply because I love the reactions on people's faces when I say I don't watch Star Wars. I'm not gonna give that up. But, you know, Indiana Jones, 007, I'm gonna watch. And what was the movie that you were like, why do you have that? Because I know there was several movies like that in here. But anyway, we're gonna cut this because my voice is so dry. So I'll see you all later.